perhaps I should start from the top. Like, what is a recall election? I feel like a lot of people don't know what this is. Here.
This is how recalling the governor works in California. Voters who want to spark a recall vote must first get signatures. They need 12% of the total voter turnout from the last election. In California, anybody can start one of these campaigns, and truly for any reason.
We could basically recall the guy for anything. You know, I don't like your face recall is how I think about it.
The state gives
Okay, I can't trust this dude. He literally is unable to figure out a microphone.
160 days to gather all the signatures. If the petition hits that goal by the deadline, then counties have 30 business days to verify all the signatures and report it to the state.
Okay.
If the numbers check out, then there's a period of time where people can withdraw their signatures and some other preliminary paperwork required by the state. After all that, if the signatures still hold, then the recall is on. A date for the election is set by the lieutenant governor for some time within the next 60 to 80 days. On the ballot, there's two parts. First, voters are asked if they want to vote yes for a recall or no against a recall. If more than 50% of voters vote no, then the current governor remains. In the second part of the ballot, voters are asked to pick a replacement in the event the recall passes. If you remember,
I mean, I think this describes it very well and very effectively. Some of you that are living in California currently, most of you, if not all of you, at this point have either gotten a sample ballot or your full-blown ballot. The ballot has two questions on it. One, do voters want a recall? Okay, and you're supposed to vote no. Do not vote yes on the recall. Please, I urge you, I beg you not to fucking vote yes on the recall, you dumb fucks, okay? To the Californian chatters. Because if you vote yes and the majority end up voting yes on a recall, it's over. Whoever is like the #1 candidate on the second page will end up becoming the governor. So they could technically, in a situation where there's like only, let's say, people were unaware, and let's say in this insane hypothetical that 7 million people voted yes for the recall, okay, because they just didn't understand what was going on, and 6.9 million people voted no on the recall, but no one filled in the application on the second side. Someone could become governor with one vote. Okay, whoever has one fucking vote on the second side, whoever got like a write-in, they could be the fucking governor, because automatically Gavin Newsom is out. It is a recipe for disaster. Are you gonna sell your house and move to another state if Larry Elder becomes governor? No, dude, I'm not gonna fucking move out of California because California has a fucking red governor. Don't be silly. So you're saying you approve of Gavin Newsom and his tragic performance? I'm saying I approve of Gavin Newsom with respect to Larry fucking Elder. Yes. It is not even a question. Automatically, if you have been owned by me, a dumb fucking himbo who streams on Twitch all goddamn day on a fucking Fox show, you should not be governor. Automatic disqualification. That's the short and sweet of it. Here, I'll show you some quick numbers. Here are the latest polls on the California recall election. Luckily, there has been more momentum from the Democratic Party that has finally fucking decided to take this shit seriously. And they started pumping more money into the recall candidate or the recall process, educating people because it's confusing. And now we're looking at 54% keep, 42% remove. Okay, holy fucking shit though. That is terrifying. This is a terrifying proposition, folks. Now, of course, because of that reason, now you have the Republicans that are already gearing up to say the recall election is rigged. They're going to claim that in a state where there are 7 million plus Democrats and 4 million plus Republican voters, that the elections are rigged. Okay, because everyone is secretly a Trump supporting Republican in the state. Everyone. So they're already this is good news though. Why is this good news? Because they probably are seeing internal polling that shows that Larry Elder's probably not going to win and California is going to vote to keep. That's why they are basically gearing up for what comes next, starting their messaging campaign for what comes next. Okay, the craziest conservatives I know thought California was going red for the presidential election. Yes, we've talked about this a million times over. These guys are neither silent nor the majority. They are the can't shut the fuck up minority, but they claim to be the silent majority. They love to act like, you know, there's so many secret Republicans out there. It's not the truth. Isn't this a dangerous fascist attitude? What, claiming that every election is rigged even ahead of time? Yes, but claiming that the elections are rigged ahead of time actually has a negative consequence on elections. In a lot of instances, it can have the capacity to depress voter turnout, so that's a cool thing. Anyway, so here is Republicans now actively claiming that the election is already rigged ahead of time.
It's actually happening as we speak. The polls appear to show Newsom looks safer at this point. Larry Elder is the man that could take it from him. What do you think happens in California?
Well, it's probably rigged. They're sending out all ballots. It's all the ballots are, mail out, mail in ballots. In fact, I guess you even have a case where you can make your own ballot. When that happens, nobody's going to win except these Democrats. So, look, they're very good. The one thing they're good at is rigging elections. So I predict it's a rigged election. Let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, so he's already claiming that it's fucking rigged, right? Now that you know how the recall works, and now that you've seen, what the polling looks like, looking good, you should still fucking go out and vote. Please vote to keep, not kick. Otherwise, Larry Elder is going to be the governor, Dianne Feinstein is going to die in office, and then Larry Elder is going to elect a fucking psychopathic Republican to that Senate seat, to that vacant Senate seat. And guess what? Now it's, 49 to 51. It's over. Democrats no longer have even that slim, like Kamala Harris majority. These are the worst possible outcomes that could happen. And guess what? The worst thing that could happen will always happen in America, okay? But don't fuck this up. Just vote to fucking keep, not kick.
Voters are deciding whether Governor Gavin Newsom should keep his job. Newsom is asking big names in his own party to push Democrats to vote before the polls close Tuesday in that recall election there. And while recent polls seem to be in Newsom's favor, as Carter Evans reports, his campaign is not leaving it to chance.
Your vote could be the difference between protecting our kids and putting them at risk, helping Californians recover or taking us backwards.
Former President Barack Obama.
Dude, Gavin Newsom sucks so much ass. And like Andre Demise was saying, like, I'm sheepdogging for the Democratic Party the other day. He's right. I am. I totally am sheepdogging for the Democratic Party here. And even the fucking PSL, people that have been running revolutionary third-party socialist organizers that have like literally tried to run third-party candidacies against the Democratic Party are advocating for destroying and defeating this recall. Like, think about that for a second. Every single DSA, PSL, like other revolutionary organizers are advocating to fight against this recall. There's a reason for that, because not a single one of us want fucking Larry Elder to be the governor. Okay? What this recall is not. This recall isn't a fucking Democratic vote for Gavin Newsom or someone else. It is a sinister method to try to sneak in a reactionary Republican in a position of power in a massive fucking state by taking advantage of the lack of attention by using the recall mechanism that California has. If you want to fucking democratically vote for someone else, wait for Gavin Newsom's term to end. Okay? There's a reason for the recall. Gavin Newsom is incompetent. You're being a neolib and allowing Newsom to run the state into the ground with your blue no matter who BS because you're afraid a Republican will win. Yeah, because I'm not a fucking idiot, dude. I'm sorry. You are. You are probably not even someone who lives in California. You are either a Republican yourself and think you can like sneak in some fucking talking points in here. And yes, if Gavin Newsom is recalled, a Republican will win. And not just any Republican, a Republican dumbass like Larry Elder. Maybe Feinstein should resign now. I agree. I agree with that. I think Feinstein should have resigned and never even ran again. But ultimately, it's like insane. Is it too late for Feinstein to resign? Of course. Listen, you fucking dumb idiot. Larry Elder becoming the governor of California does not actually help the working class. This is just defensive posturing. This is just defensive voting. So shut the fuck up. One of the most annoying parts about like often anti-electoralist leftists and these kinds of rhetoric that they engage in is that they have no alternatives for it. They just want to fucking run shit into the ground. Accelerationism in America will not accelerate to a point where there will be magically a revolutionary vanguard party that comes from the ashes. When you're accelerating in the United States of America without actual organizing on the other side as a counterbalance, then you are basically accelerating towards fascism. Sorry. That's just the fucking truth. And that's why you have dumbasses like this guy who goes, Elder will not be worse than Newsom. Give the guy a chance for a year and a half. Fuck you, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... give the guy a chance for a year and a half? No shot. Yeah, let's just put the world's like 10th largest economy. Let's put like a fucking random dickhead in charge that will get like 1 million votes max in charge of the world's like 10th largest economy. That sounds great, dude. Let's just give a guy who believes in $0 minimum wage or 5th largest economy. Sorry. Yeah, let's just do that, dude, for a little bit. Let's just test it out. Yeah, how about I give him a chance for him to run for governor in a year and a half? How about that? If he wants the chance, he can wait. Even if Larry Elder became the governor, he couldn't do much because CA state legislator is very blue. You're wrong. A governor still has incredible powers, dude. You're fucking delusional. Why the fuck do we get mad at Gavin Newsom all the fucking time? Because he has a fuckload of power. Shut up. Here's the thing, dude. Here's the issue. You guys don't know anything, so just shut up. If you are an advocate against electoralism when there's elections happening, then you don't get to have a say here, okay? I'll listen to you, but you don't get to have a say in elections. Like, that's just the way it is. Okay, so shut the fuck up. You don't understand how this works. If you have solid organizing and a viable alternative to Gavin Newsom that has an actual shot at fucking winning the recall, then I'll hear you out. But if you don't have that, then shut the fuck up. Having Kevin McCarthy be the Speaker of the House is not going to change, is not going to make even marginal improvements on the working class, okay? Accelerationism always fucking accelerates towards fascism in America in the absence of a robust and successful labor-organized political counterbalance. There is nothing there. Like, we have nothing. Can you explain how we got to this recall? We got to this recall because California has like really weird rules on recall where you can basically fucking recall a governor if a certain percentage of the state signs a petition.
Obama is now joining Democratic allies in the fight to keep Governor Gavin Newsom in office. In an ad released Wednesday, the former president praised Newsom's pandemic response. But with having had some of the strictest lockdown measures in the country, it's become a key issue for both sides of the recall campaign. How do you plan to vote?
I'm going to vote for the recall.
Why?
I've not been particularly happy with the governor's performance.
They should always follow that up with who do you plan on voting then and why? So.
And I think he could have done better on the COVID, frankly.
A third of all small businesses are now gone forever because he refused to allow us to use our own.
Can you imagine like a Republican like Larry Elder being good for small businesses? Like, when have Republicans ever been good for small businesses, dude? Republicans believe in deregulation across the board, free market. That always leads to further monopolization of industries, okay? The reason why I hate Gavin Newsom is because of his similarities with Republicans as it pertains to economic issues, as it pertains to his protectionist attitude with regards to the housing market, the way he treats big business and protects the big business and puts big business's interests over the interests of like average working class citizens. That's why I hate Gavin Newsom. So the solution is not to fucking recall him and then have an even worse person.
Common sense, our own good judgment.
Republican frontrunner and talk radio host Larry Elder says he'll repeal mask and vaccine mandates. He was heckled by homeless advocates Wednesday, one of whom...
For the record, you only need 2 million people to vote for a recall or sign a petition for a recall, but you can literally win the recall. You can win the recall by one vote. Like one person could do a sign-up campaign if no one, technically, if no one in the state literally fucking voted on the second part of the petition and more than 50% of people voted for a recall, you could literally have like me be the fucking governor, okay? So it's a completely psychotic system. And currently, as it stands, like what, 26% of voters say they will vote for Larry Elder. I think like 53% say they're going to vote no on the recall. So even on the other side, the people that are voting yes, only 26% are going to vote. So 26% of the people that are saying that they're going to vote are going to vote for Larry Elder. We're going to have a Republican governor take control of the entire California budget with 26% of the vote. Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane.
Threw an egg at the candidate during an LA campaign stop. Elder is currently leading the nearly 4 dozen candidates. Both Republican and Democrat donors have spent millions on the recall, but Newsom's backers have raised almost double the amount of all of his opponents. Now, Democrats say energizing people to actually get out and vote is key to a win on Tuesday.
Now that they started to see and research like who is actually trying to become the new governor, they got a little freaked out and now they're voting.
You remind me of the guy in high school who took my girlfriend, then went on to the next girl. You still think you're better than everyone else. You shut down public schools while your kids went to private school. Even now you live by different rules. You closed tiny coffee shops while you ate dinner at the fanciest restaurant. $12,000 for wine. You've lost touch with reality. This is not about political parties.
This is the most effective campaign I've ever seen. I'm not even kidding. All Republicans are cucks, right? We know this already. So bringing up the fact that Gavin Newsom cucks people, and he legitimately has cucked people, he fucks a lot, is perhaps one of the best ways that you can fucking really get Republicans to vote against Gavin Newsom. Because all Republicans are cucks. Getting their, like someone else, finally for the first time ever, sexually pleasing their wives in a way that they never ever could have done because they don't respect women or see them as like anything but their own property, is a terrifying proposition for every Republican that kind of guides their personal ideology. This is at the heart of what this is like one of the main fears, the same fear for even immigration policy. It's the same fear that drives immigration policy. It's the same fear that drives white supremacy. It's like, oh, What if my white girlfriend wants to fuck like a black dude? You know, that's like literally actual policies have been written around this genuine fear that some people have, a lot of conservatives have. So I personally think this is like a legitimately good ad that will absolutely galvanize about a bunch of Republicans because they are permanent cucks and they hate someone like fucking Gavin Newsom because he's hot and he's gonna fuck their wives.
This is not about political parties. It is about you, Gavin Newsom.
Hi, Gavin. Nadi Ramirez is a restaurant owner and longtime supporter of Governor Newsom's, who was there phone banking in Spanish.
I like him as a person and I like his policies. I think he's done whatever any human being could have done during this pandemic.
Meantime, just hours away in the Central Valley, GOP frontrunner Larry Elder campaigned with voters who feel differently.
We have to say thank you, Governor Gavin Newsom, for the highest honor taxes we have in California.
Crime is going up. The quality of education is going down. Cost of living is going up. Homelessness is going up.
With only 7 days left in the recall election, candidates are ramping up their get out the vote efforts. Vice President Kamala Harris will campaign with Newsom tomorrow in the Bay Area. President Biden is expected next week. Newsom said he hopes these appearances will energize Democratic voters.
Yeah, I love this because it's like Larry Elder's like, crime is going up, homelessness is going up, prices and the cost of living is going up, and I intend to make it so much worse. Like, oh, you like this? You like the situation in California? Because, you know, people like to falsely claim it's California when it's literally just a neoliberal paradise where our leadership is operating at the behest of the big industries that work here. Well, vote for me and I'll make it significantly worse. You know, $0 minimum wage, baby.
I think it's a big deal to have the Vice President of the United States, who happens to be from the Bay Area, happens to be our own home, our own Californian here supporting this effort.
Asked about these visits, Elder said he doesn't think it will make any.
I don't understand how California Democrats got so weak quickly. I thought it was a Democrat stronghold. First of all, California used to be the reddest of red states. Like, the fuck do you mean? Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan are from California. Okay, so that's one. Number two, the thing that changed in California was the Latino population that, like, started changing the demographics and also changed the attitudes towards Democrats. And California is still a Democratic stronghold. Even when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor, it was still a Democratic stronghold. It just had a red governor. Right? And Schwarzenegger actually became governor under similar conditions. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a little bit different than Larry Elder in the way that, like, he operated. He was more of a moderate Republican. He wasn't like, he was the same as like a Democrat pretty much. Because California, with notable exceptions, is a liberal stronghold. That does not necessarily mean that these people are very progressive. That just means that they're very liberal. So they still institute the exact same kind of policies that neoliberals and big business would want to institute in the state. There's a reason why we have measures that get absolutely yeeted. There's a reason why Prop 22 was tested and succeeded here in California. California has never been like a permanently blue. It's only been permanently blue as recently as, like, you know, these past couple of elections. It's reliably blue now, and it's still reliably blue, but blue states oftentimes have red governors. That's not like a confusing proposition. The only reason why California could potentially have a red governor in this circumstance is because of the conditions of the recall. What I mean by that, what I mean when I say the conditions of the recall is that recall elections are special elections, so they don't get the same level of involvement from people. And obviously, the side that has most to gain, stands most to gain from a recall, is going to be hyping this up, is going to be beefing this shit up. And that side, of course, is the Republican side. Writing candidate Hassan Piker, please don't do this. Even if enough of the people in California unironically voted no and then wrote me in as a candidate, I don't want to be the governor, dude. I would not be able to stream. And that would fucking suck.